Okay. Hello on this fine Sunday morning. It's not morning, Sunday afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. It's a rather momentous day. Oops, apologies. Last time we got the Royal from Alaska on a swift side excursion, and with the Royal we rescued the White Western. So yeah, I feel like now we can really start to get stuff done. I don't think there should be anything we can't do. We still have the twin steer as well, which I believe is parked where we found it in Island Lake. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's not the... What am I trying to say? Maybe it's not the easiest truck to use anywhere but this map. Like in Black River or in Smithville, it's kinda maybe not the best choice. Whereas here it's mostly flat and like just kind of muddy. I mean, very muddy. So yeah. There are no more tasks to do in Black River, just the bigger contracts. So yeah, I want to make some progress here in Smithville. Maybe all of these tasks today, but we'll see. In no particular order, I would like to do this, maybe. Just need to get service spare parts from here to here. I'm still not sure why it's called the long way. I assume they kind of want you to go the long way around. However, that might be. But yeah, I think in the Royal that shouldn't be much of an issue at all. So let's do that first. Then I'm also looking at this one, this rescue thing. And this one for the Transtar. Also this one, not sure how I would get there. I reckon if we can do this, the boulders thing, then both the repair the truck task and the one with the cement things should be much easier. So yeah, for that I will need something in the way of flatbeds. Just want to see, can you put a crane and a flatbed? Yeah. I think that makes the most sense, because then we can pick up the parts, drop those off for the boulders, and then maybe try the cement one. I keep thinking like I'm forgetting something. How do you get all these accessories? Groves Bog Trial. Not sure what they mean by trials. Anyway, doesn't matter. Curtains, it's kind of funny. Just want to see if you can see that from the outside. Yeah, you can. I don't like how it looks. Stickers, yeah. I apologize. I had such, I was well on my way to not get distracted by nonsense. I never really messed much with this kind of decorative shenaniganery. Okay. So, to service spare parts. It's kind of a rare occasion that I stream twice in the same weekend. Arguably, perhaps I should have spent some time recording videos instead of streaming today. I did record one session video this morning. But yeah, I don't want to neglect the videos too much. Service parts 1 and 2. So far, like even in yesterday's stream, ever since we went out to get the Royal, it's already done a lot of good work. Getting the White Western out, doing those 3 tasks in Black River that require or recommend an off-road truck. The oil tanker one, the one with the 3 pumps. I just realized I forgot one. Because I did rescue the Chevy from that field by the farm. I did also see where I remembered that GMC that's stuck in the swamp in the south. And in my mind, I was going to do that as well, but I forgot. And the stuck trailer, also in Black River, we did yesterday. We did the last 2 contests in Black River. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. And I am reasonably optimistic that the Royal will become very much a go-to truck for the rest of Michigan. Not too aggressive on the throttle, it was a bit bouncy. Should be able to get through the middle. And then drop this off and straight through. Yeah, that's the one I want to do next, I think. Lost bags. The one with the barrels, where do you have to drop those off? Is it this one? Yeah. To the fuel station. It's a bit tedious. Because this one I assume you would want to take up here and then around that way. This one, it's a bit risky trying to get up here. But I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, let's do one thing at a time. I was thinking, not that I'm short on cash necessarily. I don't really need to buy a new truck. I have some money left, I think 24k for upgrades and add-ons as I need them. But I'm thinking if maybe I should put all my trucks in the garage and just sell whatever upgrades I'm not really using. I don't know. Maybe that's overthinking it. It's not ideal. It's also not ideal. Maybe winch from the rear to that tree. No, it's not going well. Okay. How would you normally have to do this? Like, what's the proper way? Because you can't really go to the right, because then you fall over to the left. You can't really get through it on the left, because there's that tree in the way. And now I'm stuck on something. Don't really know what, to be honest. Let's just power through. When in doubt, use a bit more gas. Kind of a big hit. You do have to be careful with these higher trucks. Especially when you have to start craning things like we will have to for this task. Son of a bitch. Is this the wrong choice for this task? Starting to think maybe it is just because it's kind of high off the ground and even more top heavy because of that crane. So let's take that off, put both on the White Western. Nope. Such a nice sounding truck. I forgot. It's got a nice rumble to it. Just wanna I want to hide the YouTube live control panel in OBS because it's distracting me too much. No, okay. It's a funny thing, but it's kind of how it works. If the view number is visible, I check it way too much, and it does affect me when there's no one watching, and it takes me out of the game too much. So now let's try and not do exactly the same thing. This might be a bit more difficult. This muddy pond. But already it feels a lot more stable, so I'm cautiously optimistic it will work better with this one. I couldn't get the snorkel yet, so I do have to be careful of deeper water. Stupid as that big snorkel looks, because it's absurdly tall. I do kinda want it, but I think it only unlocks at level 12. You. This guy does have quite the turning radius. Okay, then this again. If we're honest, I can't really blame the Royal for falling over where it did, because I was driving not very carefully. And there is this Chevy, I don't think... What? Oh, because I discovered it. I was about to say, I'm not sure. I don't think this Chevy is related to any mission or task or contract or whatever. So it is free to be sold, which I will do. No. Oh, come on. Did exactly the same thing as with the Royal. Went too far to the left because I thought it would be more solid ground. Oops. Okay, just gently on the way down. Where does this need to go? Yeah. So we could pick up this one, maybe this one, drop those off, and then the other two, which should be easier. Okay. Crane, anchor, change the camera to the wider angle. This feels wider than just one slot. Restore, pack, and off we go. Now, about this second one. Okay, I thought it would be like in more of an awkward spot to park, but it's very much fine. I always try to be too precise with craning. more precise than I need to be. Restore, unpack, pack. Okay. I just remembered this crossing is not necessarily easy. I think. I didn't think about it until now, but I'm pretty sure you do have to be careful here. The Royal would have less of an issue here, most likely. Yeah. I don't know if there is a better and a worse way to go. Should I cut through here? There are enough winch points. It is very wide. I feel like this would be much less risky, even if this isn't as difficult as it looks. But I have the urge to try. I'm not going to. Hopefully I can turn around here. I think this will end up being the smarter choice. Or so I tell myself. It's through here, right? Yeah. This looks solid, probably isn't very solid. Definitely solid enough. And confirming my suspicion that it's much easier than that crossing we were at. Could probably cut through here, but I'm not going to. Probably could have Oops. Sorry about your fence. Okay, 2 of 4. I'm too curious. This will be a bit bouncy, I'm sure, so don't go too fast. Let's reverse up to the thing. To avoid having to maneuver in the middle of a ford. If you can call this a ford. Oh, it's a bit sideways. Good enough. Trying to counter the way I'm naturally leaning already. What am I doing? Right. Last one. Yeah, it's in the middle of that path, which is a bit awkward. I think we should be able to get it if we just approach from here. Yeah, seems like there's plenty of space. Let's get in front of it. Not perfect. Should be fine. Oh. How do you winch up? Okay. good stuff. It is a bit of a drinky truck. Compensated by a bigger than average fuel tank, but still nice. Okay, then I think I want to get to these two rescue things. Is the Transtar even part of a mission? Doesn't seem to be. I don't know which one it would be a part of. Yeah, we can leave this here and just head back to the garage. Don't know why this is. Oh, I know why. Because I had some weird behavior when trying to recover the White Western. So again, Royal. Hang on, because this needs to go there. And from there we could maybe wait. This just needs repair parts, I think. It's possible it will still want us to refuel afterwards, but I don't think so. So maybe we could put the van body on the Royal, rescue this Chevy, take it there, and then head back here. Stop by the Transtar on the way. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. You do have to fix it and refuel it. The thing is, you can't do both with the van body because it just has repair parts, no fuel. But we could also... Could you get to it in the Scout? I'd say yes. Then maybe that's the smarter thing to do. And I'm too curious, so I'm gonna do that first. Just checking. I don't think there's anything I can upgrade here. Yeah, mud tires. I don't know if those are necessarily better. I don't really know if there's a reason why I went for the 33-inch off-road tires and not the bigger ones. It's possible I didn't have the raised suspension yet. It does make me wonder if I should get the bigger ones just because they look cooler. Or the middle ones as a balance between off-road capabilities and tippiness. So these, if the big ones don't work out, I can always switch down to the middle size. Autonomous Scout, spare wheel. I don't think I need it. Rank 11 for the first short snorkel. We are rank 10 now. But I do want the tall snorkel, of course. Okay. Hang on. Is there nothing else I can get? The roof rack has extra lights, but they don't seem to do all that much. Maybe I should get this as well. Sell that. Yeah. It's not a huge difference, it seems. It's very rolly. Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful with your speed. I mean, you have to be careful turning at speed even on paved road. Come to think of it, I don't know if there's like a repair trailer equivalent for scouts. Also, that makes me think of the Lodestar. I don't know if the Lodestar is capable of carrying more repair stuff than the Scout 800 in its current configuration. But it's been too long. I think the Lodestar does have a van body add-on of sorts. So it should be able to carry more repair parts and maybe some fuel. And now I kinda want a Lodestar, to be honest. Probably can't afford one at the moment. I've grown attached to this Scout But I do really like the Lodestar as well. No, not in here yet. Next one left. I'm going out of my way to get the Transtar, but I don't really have a purpose for it as such, apart from just like I could always park it somewhere with the fuel tanker add-on. I like that truck visually, but I never really used it much for actual work. Maybe I should. Just put a marker. Maybe marker here and then there, although this road isn't worth all that much. Big downside of the Scout right now is that it's not great in deep water because it doesn't have a snorkel yet. So I probably don't want to keep going straight. I think the extra height from the big tires, the huge tires, does help with drowning, so until we can get a snorkel, I think I would want to keep the bigger tires. That looks rather deep. Can still see the bottom. Okay. Repair Transtar with everything. Fix 2000 damage points achievement. And then refuel as well. I want to avoid just recovering the Transtar because that's kind of a cheese way to do it. But I don't really know if I'll be able to. I mean, I highly doubt I'll be able to drive out of here. Yeah, no. It's not happening. Probably don't have enough spare parts left. No, I need 520. And I have 110 left, so no. That won't do. Is there anything else I can do in this general area with the scout? That is there something in Island Lake? Cargo. Return this where? Oh no, return this all the way here. Okay. Wood planks. Wood planks. And what is... Did I just check that? Yeah. The huntsman and the car. I don't have that one added to the list. And this flaming barrels thing. No. Is that the only contest in this map? Seems to be. I mean, it's a bit silly, but I guess since we're already kind of close to the Island Lake gate in Smithville, we can take it all the way here just to add that task. So I want to head there, very generally. No. I want that tree. It's getting bogged down. Slow progress is still progress. I think I want to head a bit more this direction because there's more grassy area. Everything with water feels like a risk. Okay, cool. I forget exactly how many repair parts are in a van body add-on. Maybe since I have... Jesus. Maybe since I have a bit over 100 parts left, I should dump them into the GMC just to be sure. In case the van body only has 500 or so, which would leave us a few short. This might be too deep. Yeah. It was a stupid idea to even try. I wish the gear shifting was a bit snappier, because like, very often it moves very slowly between the points, or it gets like stuck in between two. Okay. Yeah. That's all the parts we have. Yeah, this is not a very fun place to be. So you kind of have to go straight through the middle, otherwise it's very very sideways. But this mud is no joke. Hang on. Didn't I just refuel? Oh, okay. I think I put fuel from one add-on to the other and not to the fuel tank. It's possible I accidentally refueled the GMC when I wasn't supposed to. Okay, and then we need to go well, we can only go one way, really. Around here. And then in there to there. Let's give it some gumption. Which is not very much. I think after we do this little thing, I want to briefly go back to Black River to rescue that one GMC at the bottom of the map. I don't even know if that's task related. I'm guessing it is. Whoops. Because it would seem strange to me that there's just a free GMC lying around. Not that it's such a great truck, but I assume it's part of a task that I just missed somehow. Is this the muddiest map in the whole game? Unlikely. I'm struggling to think of another one. maybe Yukon is worse in that respect. Okay. Was this worth it? Probably not. Mostly because I didn't have to do this in the scout. I could have even maybe taken the twin steer, which is in this map. Deliver. Yeah, that scout there. I don't know if this is gonna work at all. Although no, I shouldn't try this because I'll just get stuck in the drink. Do I need a scout here? Come on, what am I doing? Not sure what these flag things are. Seems to be something that you would want to do in a scout, so probably best to leave this one here. It's a bit low on fuel, but yeah, doesn't matter. So, back to Smithville. The Royal should be in the garage. Retain. Black River garage. Let's do this post haste. I don't even really know where you're supposed to take the GMC. I assume just to the farm, but who knows? They just kept losing their trucks all over the map, because that one Kodiak in the southeastern thing, lake, pond, whatever, that was for the farm. They had their Chevy stuck in the fields. Oh, I missed it. I knew it. I had a feeling it was in here, but it wasn't obvious enough. What am I doing? It is, in fact, in here. Could take this trailer just to sell it. It's unlikely I will still need it, especially in this map. I do want to reverse up to it. And ideally winch it from the front, but it's kind of awkwardly positioned. But that should work. Just for good measure. Is this a task? Yeah. Again to the farm. Still working. Okay, no problem. I'm getting a bit peckish. But it's nowhere near close to dinner time yet. It's 4:30 right now. Very interesting trivia. Okay, but that is that. Yeah, there are still a few trailers scattered around, including this one, which I skillfully flipped over, as you might be able to see. So I will need a crane for that. And there was one, I mean, that fuel carrier here. This Scout flatbed. Yeah, it's not really urgent, so I don't think I'm gonna spend time doing that now. Back to Smithville. Okay. Then I think Well, it's gonna be a bit risky just because of the risk of falling over. But if I would put the van body on the Royal, I could drive through the swamp to the GMC to fix this, and then drive back and drag the Transtar out, maybe. I'm thinking what the best route would be for unlucky fishermen. So I remember trying to get through here, which did not end well. I mean, in a previous playthrough. It is quite a bit shorter. I don't know if I got out of that situation, but I got stuck crossing here. So maybe I should just do it the proper way and go the longer way around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try. Royal. Oh, this doesn't even have raised suspension yet. Yeah, maintenance, that's not gonna cut it because we need 400-ish repair parts, so it has to be this one. Unless... just want to see what I can upgrade on this guy. It has off-road gearbox. I forgot I found the raised suspension for it. Which means we can put the bigger off-road tires on this. Yeah, medium winch. I don't know. It does not have all-wheel drive yet. And yeah, that's about it. No, there's one truck that looks, I mean, generally I don't really like blue trucks for whatever reason, but this one looks wrong in any other color. I'm overthinking this. Because really we want to do 3 things in one, which might not be the best idea to begin with, because we need to fix this. I am going to recover this and just sell it right away. Yeah. Half price as per the New Game Plus rules. Out of curiosity, how much is a Lodestar? 39.4. And it does have this with 400 parts, but no fuel. Which, I mean, I don't know why you would want to use this instead of the pickup chassis. But yeah, that'll have to wait anyway. No, where's my royal? Let's put the van body and just see how we do. I'm preparing for the worst, which is that I will fall over during the... I will fall over when I want to pass the entrance to the quarry, because it's not a very easy place to get through in a tall vehicle. I like how the antenna wobbles. It's a small thing. I'd say with a modicum of careful driving, we should be able to do this. Because if we can get past the quarry entrance, we can absolutely make it to the GMC to fix it first. And then probably unlucky Fisherman next, and maybe on the way out with that Chevy. We might also be able to take this Transtar in tow. I don't know if that's going to be too much to carry, too much to pull. Oops. It looks cool, but there's a bit too much of a gap between the cabin and the van body. It's a silly criticism, kind of. If we really want to be safe, we might as well go all the way up here and go down there, which means we can avoid this, rather treacherous section of the route. In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Careful with these teeny tiny signs that can wreck your shit. Let's go in first person just for fun. I don't really know how many people actually try to make it through the whole game in first person. I'm sure there are at least a few nutcases like that. who absolutely have my respect. Because I just play in first person if there's like a scenic bit of driving, or, you know, just for scouting, it's usually fine as well. But to actually do missions in first person, cargo related missions, I don't know how that's possible. It's got kind of a nice dashboard. I like all the buttons. Yeah, wait. So much for first person. I do want to start going down here as straight as possible, because I hugely underestimated how steep this was. Let's put it in low. Almost fell over right there. Not as easy as I thought. Still noticeably easier than going past the quarry. But not by much. Low plus is a bit too fast. Okay. Then, does it matter? So you just have to make it to there. Ideally avoiding the deepest puddles. Hang on. Okay, just needed to check something. It's hard to say if there are spots in this swamp where you can actually get hopelessly stuck. Because I feel like most of it is still fairly shallow. but I never, like, I haven't seen every inch of the swamp. So maybe there are places you really cannot go through. Let's just stick to what used to be the road and follow the telephone poles. No. Yes. No. Should have gone through the grassy bits, but it's fine. If this truck had diff locks, I could definitely see myself using it for most of the game. I know that's something that people like to argue, that like on the one hand that this truck not having diff locks is kind of a weakness, to which other people tend to say that you don't need diff locks if you know how to just drive generally and strategically. Because maybe having diff locks would make it too easy to do anything with. I don't know. Just speculating. Should be able to get through this in this truck, even if the scout couldn't really do it. It's still not great. But where there's a winch, there's a way. Still, probably should have taken the slightly longer way around to the right. I didn't really consider how much fuel I would need for these 3 tasks. I think we're still fine. Oh, bouncy. Don't fall over here. Okay. Repair everything. That's that done. So yeah, I'm back the way we came. Probably to there, and then yeah, doesn't matter that much. I think I wanna not get too close to the Transtar on the way to the Fisherman thing. Just to see. Yeah, to avoid this puddle you would have to go all the way around here, which might be much easier. I don't think I've ever gone through there. Maybe it's worth a try, although it's not really necessary, I think. Probably can't go the way we went with the scout to the left of these trees. Whoa. I'm feeling an urge to rush to get this done. I mean, both these things, Unlucky Fisherman and getting the Transtar out. Which is risky, because it's not even necessarily easy to get to them. Although, if I think about it, if we should roll, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because then I would just recover, take the van body off, and then we're much less likely to flip over anyway. But still, I'd like to do it in one go successfully. So kind of want to start going a bit to the right. Should I skip the Fisherman thing for now? The Transtar is right there, straight ahead of us. It's maybe the best tip I've ever read about SnowRunner. Is that once you start either spitting too much mud, or when your wheels are covered in water like this, you should probably use a lower gear. Because then you're wasting power. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, this is not good. You're kidding me. Ugh. Yeah, I made a huge mistake. So they're not really moving. I'm sure if I had diff locks I would be able to get out. But such is life. Wiggling doesn't seem to help much. Sometimes it does, but oh, that's a bummer. Probably can't reverse either. It is moving very slowly. But at this rate, I'll run out of fuel before I can winch myself out from that single tree. One moment of carelessness and it's all just down the drain. I'm being stubborn. Nope. F it. It's annoying. So, do I want to try that again in the same truck, or should I just take the White Western? Well, the White Western I think will drown. or take the Chevy. It's kind of probably not very powerful. A plus power to weight. This is also a plus. And the White Western. It's kind of low on fuel. And there's no place to tank or to refuel here. Except, no, that's a repair trailer. Service trailer. I don't know if those have fuel in them. Because we're kind of on the way. If we can go through there. I don't know. Might as well try. Knocked over the bin. Alright, and you can't use repair trailers if they're not attached, which is just strange. So let's... Oh, right, you can't have trailers with a flatbed. I don't know. I don't think that's the right play. Yeah, I guess we're trying again in the Royal. There is the towing platform. I don't know if that's at all helpful. If I could put the Chevy on there and then just winch the Transtar, which is probably already pushing it. Might as well try. I was thinking about finishing the stream for today. But now I feel like I can't stop before I do this. So yeah, the plan is pretty much the same. Just get the Chevy out first, preferably on the platform. And then on the way out past the Transtar, try to winch that out at the same time. I know I could just recover the Transtar, but yeah. I guess that's also kind of being stubborn and not wanting to do it the easy way. I did it the easy way in the Chevy, but I was just going to sell that truck anyway. The Transtar I want to try and use at least for some support duty. It is tempting though to try and cut through here. That's just, yeah, I don't see that ending well. At best, maybe I could go around here on the outside of the quarry and then through here and down. Again, that seems unnecessarily risky and not that much shorter. You can try and cut as many corners as you want. But at some point you just have to accept that it's going to take however long it's going to take. And sometimes longer drives, very often actually, longer drives are just as much fun. Oh, hey dude. Thank you. That fits in nicely with something I mentioned earlier, but I think maybe by then you were already gone. That ASMR is the only kind of content where it's a compliment. If someone falls asleep to your videos. There was someone else who hung out for quite a bit, pretty much the whole rest of the stream. And he or she, I assume it's a he, I'm not 100% sure, they also said that they were about to fall asleep, so they left. Yeah, today hasn't been as eventful as yesterday. Although I did get the White Western out eventually with the Royal. And yeah, that's the main takeaway from yesterday, is that it's, and from the whole playthrough so far, is that it's very much worth it to go get the Royal early. Because it's already done a lot of work, most of the work. I think apart from one task, everything I did was in this one. It's quickly becoming a new favorite. Yeah, there it is. It's likely these are going to be the last two things I do for today. Let's get this Chevy out and back to its rightful owner. And try and drag the Transtar out instead of Cheese recovering it. Yeah, same. Yeah. I kind of forget how this thing works. Because I want to lower it, then extend. I don't know how far you can. It's hard to see when it hits the ground. Probably extend it as much as it can just to decrease the angle. Weird stuff is happening. I think that should do it, and then winch. I thought you could move the winch side to side, but maybe you can't, because now it's aligned badly. Oh, yeah. So let's just straighten up a bit. And something like that, I hope. It's not fully on. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, okay. And then back to the thing. I've used any kind of car carrying platform. I don't know what else to call it, like some kind of rescue platform like this. I haven't really used them much ever, because I never really saw the point in them. So in most situations, it's just as easy to just drag it along on the winch. Pack, and I think that should do it. It's a bit scary. So I feel like it's not on the platform as well as it should be. But I wasn't able to winch it on further to the front. Okay, so now back out the way we came and try and get the Transtar out as well. I'm not 100% sure if the Royal is powerful enough to do both at once. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay, this is an experiment more than anything. It does work. It won't work for long if I keep flooding it. No. Come on, guy. So far, so good. It's hard to say how much more difficult it's gonna be if and when the Transtar breaks, because it's because of water damage. So far it's not getting damaged as far as I can see. Have to be careful to not get it stuck behind trees. I'll have to be very, very careful by the quarry. Am I going the right way? Yeah. Like in this little bit. If I'm going to fall over, it's definitely where it's going to happen. Come on. So far so good, although I have a feeling that the Royal is struggling a bit in terms of power, mostly. Yo. I'm guessing there is a shortcut back to the road, but I don't think I ever tried to find one. 'Cause like maybe through here or through here, although I don't see how this would help all that much. I think I should stick to the left a bit. Although up here is kind of, you know, a straight shot. Maybe I want to try that. It's pretty steep. Okay, nice. This will be fiddly trying to get the Chevy off the platform. I don't assume I can just drive into the delivery zone and it will auto-complete. So yeah, let's maybe leave the Transtar for a sec. No. Is this where I need to drop it off, or does it have to be in the other square? Yeah, okay. Maybe here it will work. Yes. Would have been funny to just, you know, tilt the platform and let it roll off into the square. But yeah. Okay, now just drag this guy home. I'll feel better for 2 minutes about having done it this way instead of just recovering the Transtar by itself. I was a bit too close to the edge. Maybe I'll do one more thing if there's something that doesn't take too long. I think I'm getting hunger headaches. I definitely didn't drink enough water yesterday, which, like, I was out and I did quite a bit of walking yesterday to go see my buddy, and I didn't compensate by drinking more, and I don't drink enough water as it is. It's maybe my worst habit in life generally, is that I don't drink enough. And that, folks, is how you get kidney stones, which I had once in my life. Well, once confirmed, maybe twice. That's, yeah. You would think that having kidney stones once No, actually I had it twice. Just once I had to go to emergency. The second time I didn't. But there was a third incident when I was much younger, when possibly I had kidney stones, but I somehow got through it. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, because it's kind of, you know, probably not super interesting, maybe a bit gross. I'm just checking, because I didn't remember if I ever went out of my way to get that thing just up the road from here. I don't know what it was, either a task or an upgrade. Is this a good time for high gear? Doesn't seem all that much faster than low plus. Okay. Release. Oops. Just to be sure. I should be able to drive the Transtar if necessary, but I don't have it in the square. Come on. No. Okay, nice. I do like that truck. It's a shame I don't really know what to do with it most of the time. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go too crazy on the upgrades for this one. It does not make sense. Wait, am I rank? No, I'm still rank 10. Because it doesn't really make sense that you can buy an absurdly tall snorkel for this truck right away. And yet for the White Western, which I don't have here, you need to be rank 12 for that tall snorkel. And even for this one, maybe. Oh, yeah, there's only one option. Okay. Could try this again. And in my mind, it does make sense to do this. Although, wait. So what is this? Solid foundation. This needs one concrete slab with crane. Not really sure what to do. My thought is that I could do solid foundation first, go back here, then do this thing across the river, and then keep going here for tools delivery. But I don't know if the Royal is necessarily the best choice for solid foundation, because it's pretty tall. And then again, I'd say the White Western should also be able to do across the bridge, across the river rather. But maybe it would struggle with the tools thing. Because yeah, for tools delivery, if I can't make it up here to the road, I have to go across the rock bridge as well, and then maybe through here, which is more risky, or all the way around, which is probably much safer. I think I want to try the Royal. If anything, because I know that I will keep using the White Western for a long time to come in future regions. And the Royal, not so much. Like, it's more likely to get replaced. So yeah, crane. Didn't I have a crane? Oh no, I put it on the White Western. I will allow myself one shortcut and just recover this so I can take all this off. No. Well, yeah. And put it on here. Normal flatbed crane. Right. I'm well aware of the risks. I choose to ignore them. So we'll do this first. If I can complete all, well, at least solid foundation and across the river, then that's likely the last thing I'm gonna do. If I can complete across the river, I will go to tools delivery to pick up the trailer and see if I can make it up the road. Or I can make it up to the road. There's a fly in the room. Okay. Not very responsible driving. Okay, and then from here, I have to check. Should probably go the longer way around to here instead of through here, although if I can make it through here as it is now, like I can use that as a test how I would do with this trailer if I would take that the same way. English is difficult today. Talking is difficult today. Let's try not to bounce around too much, because there was already one incident where I rolled the royal. Do you need all-wheel drive for this? Probably not. Although, yeah, sections like this might be a bit tricky with a trailer. And this is also a risk, going over narrow bridges with trailers. So yeah, I guess that that makes me make up my mind if I would have to or choose to take the tools delivery trailer across the water. I would most likely want to go the long way up and around past the farm. Careful here. Careful with these branches, because you never know how they will behave. I'm thinking if I should reconsider doing solid foundation in this truck. Purely based on my previous experience where I took the raised fleet starter along that path for that specific mission, and I flipped it because this truck, I don't know if it is much taller, it looks much taller or much higher off the ground, more specifically. So yeah, that's a choice I'm gonna have to make soon. I guess we're going for it. for better or worse. Okay, crane, anchor. Restore, pack. Okay, very, very carefully. I think it was probably here that I might have flipped. So yeah. Very bouncy. That does not bode well. Actually, why would I not take that all the way around here? Is that the better way to do it? I kind of forget how difficult this section is. I know it's very muddy. Mud is not much of an issue compared to uneven roads. Now I'm torn. It's not that much. I mean, it is quite a bit longer. It's like almost twice as long. I think I want to try. Why am I always attracted to, like, why am I always attracted to risk? On a psychological note, maybe it's because in real life I'm the most risk-avoiding person you might have ever met. And therefore I compensate by doing stupid things in video games. When I see a potentially risky thing coming up, I have to put it in low gear, like low gear minus, and leave it there. I'm sure I will know the spot I'm talking about when I see it. I think... yeah. It's probably here. It's easily avoided by just not... by not using the road. Still not gonna leave low gear. Okay, maybe I need to forget that one incident I had in the past. Because it's weird. The chat in OBS isn't updating, but I can see your message on the preview in OBS. But yeah, I was saying maybe I should like remember that specific section as not difficult if you go around the left, like we did now, because then it's really like there's nothing to it. But for some reason, when I did tip the Fleet Star all those years ago, somehow it just got ingrained in my mind as a very treacherous bit of road when it's not really. Okay. And then straight back to across the river, which is conveniently marked. I just want to see if there's anything wrong. Why the chat is not updating. Okay. In top chat, your last message is hidden. If I show all messages, it's there, so weird. I still don't want to go in automatic mode. But it's too tempting because I want to rush. Where was that treacherous section? I think, yeah, probably here. Just follow my own tracks, really. Yeah. With the knowledge I have now, staying on the path here is just, you know, it's very much predictable that you will fall over there, which at the time I just didn't know. Okay, a bit more gas. So from here on out it should be pretty safe. Famous last words. There's the trailer. I think I made a fatal error because I won't be able to, like, I won't be able to attach the trailer with the flatbed unless by some miracle the Royal is one of the few trucks that can do that. I highly doubt it, so probably gonna have to do this again. I could just winch it, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go around the right. And then will this work at all? Oops. Will it complete like this? Yes, okay. Not the most honorable way. My pride is taking over. Because I want to do things properly if I can. So I would have to recover, take the crane off, and then head back here. I know that's a lot of extra work. No, I'm not gonna try this now. I mean, it would be a long way anyway to even if I choose to do this now with the winch method. It's still kind of a long way to deliver it, so I think I'm gonna leave it here because I'm getting very hungry. So I think that's gonna do it for today. Yeah, this was probably an exception where I streamed twice in one weekend. As much as I would like to do that every weekend, it's just not always possible. But yeah, I enjoyed the progress we made over these two streams. There's a very small chance I can stream a bit more later, but I don't dare to promise it, because if I say I will and then I don't, I'll just feel a bit guilty. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.